Curacao. Today our ship, the Carnival Mardi Gras, is docked in the beautiful port of Willemstad, and we're bringing you with us as we explore what this stunning little town in the Southern Caribbean has to offer. So I hope you're ready. Let's go have some fun. Good morning, guys. So today we are in Curacao, and Mom and I are just kind of winging it on our own today. We are just going to be walking around exploring. There's a couple of things that she wants to see. There's like 2 things I want to see, and we're just going to kind of use Google Maps and go with the hope and the prayer that we don't get too lost. So it's early, it's 8 o'clock in the morning right now. We got up early and we are gonna start things off with going to get breakfast. Normally we get breakfast on the ship. Sorry, I know it's windy. Normally we start with breakfast on the ship, but there's a really good pancake place I wanted to try here near the port. So that's where we're headed, so we'll see you guys over there. So right off the port, there is a little typical shopping area. Lots of different souvenirs and trinkets and whatnot. So if you're looking for gifts or just a souvenir for yourself, a little memento, they do have plenty of things here. So if you want to take a taxi somewhere or go on a private tour right after the port shopping center area, there is a stand. You can go and pick up taxis. You will definitely want to confirm with them before getting in though what the prices are. And then here's some more little shops. So definitely plenty of shopping if that is what you want to do, which we will probably be doing on the way back. Or maybe outside of the port if things are cheaper outside of the port area. Ooh, queso tasting, huh? Might have to do that on the way back. You guys know I love queso. How cute. Look at these little shoes. They're Dutch shoes because this is a Dutch colony. So you can't have a cruise port without your typical Diamonds International, Carry Loha, and Del Sol.
Diamond International.
Yep. Gotta have those 3 things if you're in a cruise port. And then straight ahead, this is the place we are heading. So this is a fort that was turned into a mall when the fort was no longer needed as a fort. So we are here at the Pancake Sensation, and this is inside of the fort right off of the cruise pier. You can see the walls from the fort right here. This place has a really delicious menu. So we are here for breakfast. Obviously, it's like 8:30 in the morning. Our cruise ship got in super early, and instead of having breakfast on the ship, I wanted to come and have breakfast here. But they have some really good looking pancakes, waffles. The food looks amazing, and the reviews looked pretty good. So we're going to show you guys the food as soon as it arrives. Okay guys, so we just got done with breakfast, and what do you think?
It was fabulous, and when you get off the ship and you just come down to the fort, it's almost the first restaurant you see.
And you'll see it because there's a bunch of people.
Right.
It was very busy.
Very busy.
And it is Caribbean time service, so
very slow.
don't be in a hurry. Bring your patience and your appetite though.
Yes.
But it was good.
Yeah, the crepe was delicious.
It was a little bit pricey, I think. I paid $50.
$50?
Well, it was $40 and then I left a tip. And we did get 2 drinks.
Yeah. We didn't realize
We
it was gonna
each
be
got 2
bottled
drinks.
water.
So
Don't if you have water with you,
yeah,
don't
order water because it's bottled. So now we have to carry 2 bottles with us.
Yeah. And oh, right. 2
Yeah.
bottles. And they have Lipton peach iced tea that's so delicious.
It was very good. Highly
Better than
recommend
mine.
that.
Yeah.
So now we're going to go and walk around Curacao.
Okay.
Rif Fort was built in the 1800s and was used to protect the city from invaders, but recently has been repurposed to become a shopping and dining district for locals and tourists alike. For a spectacular view of the city, be sure to head up to the 2nd floor where you'll get a grand view of the Queen Emma pontoon bridge with the iconic Dutch architectural buildings in the background. So as you leave the fort and you walk along the ocean, or walk along the waterway towards the pontoon bridge, they do have little shops, little stalls here if you want to look and buy some local stuff. I don't know if a lot of these are actually made here. Some of these look like they're made here. Some of them are obviously just imported. But they do have things that look like they're made by local artists, which is always really cool. So, and it is very windy, so if you're wearing a hat, hold on to your hat. Mom's hat's almost blown off like 10 different times now. It is very windy in Curacao. Our next stop was one of Mom's requests and the main reason she wanted to visit Curacao. The Mikveh Israel Emmanuel Synagogue is currently the oldest surviving synagogue in the Americas. Dating back to the 1600s, it's a beautiful building that still offers services as well as a historical museum filled with relics of the past. There is a $10 donation fee to enter, and while I wasn't particularly keen on visiting here, I have to admit it was actually quite interesting to learn about the history. If you are a history buff, this is definitely worth a visit. So Mom got these earrings. What was it? They were $5 for 2 pairs.
They started out, they were $10.
Oh.
And then she said, I said, I don't need any earrings. And she said, 2 for $5.
All right, guys. So we actually stopped as we were walking back towards the ship. We were walking along the waterway and we saw this billboard or this chalkboard that said beef stew special. It's only about noon, so we weren't super hungry yet, but beef stew is one of the things you should try if you're here on Curacao. So we decided to pop in. We're at the Santa Ana restaurant. It's right off of the water. It's beautiful here. And apparently this is one of their specialties. So Mom and I are gonna give it a go, and we're gonna just split one because we're not super hungry. So we will show you the beef stew when it gets here. So we just finished up lunch. What do you think?
It was delicious. And the beef stew here has, I don't know what the spices are, but it's delicious. The beef was just the way I like it. You put your fork in and the whole thing falls apart.
It was really good. And it was a big entree. And we paid $11 total, and that included an iced tea, so very affordable.
Wow.
Yeah.
And if you get off the pontoon bridge, you turn
Left. And walk along the waterfront.
It's right by the ferry landing.
Yes. And it was very good. I'd recommend checking it out if you're here.
Me too.
So now we're going to head back over the bridge and head back to the ship, I think.
I think so.
We'll see you guys there. One thing we found out the hard way was that the Queen Emma Bridge opens each time a ship needs to pass through, which is super cool to watch. However, there's no knowing how long it will be before the bridge becomes walkable again. We waited around 30 minutes before finally just getting in line to take the ferry across the water. The ferry is completely free to use, but just keep in mind that if you're on a time crunch, that if the bridge is open, it is the only way to get back to the other side, and it can take up to 15 minutes depending on how busy it is and how many ferries are running. Once the bridge was finally closed, this is what it looked like with all the people waiting to walk back across. And that is going to do it for our Curacao video. My mom and I actually had filmed an outro where we gave our thoughts, and unfortunately that somehow got lost. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed seeing what there is to do in Curacao. And leave me a comment down below if you've been and what you liked about the island. See you next time, guys. Bye.